Every single human ever stars in this film, and every single one of them regrets it. This is the Love Guru on Stinker Madness.
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness.
Oi, 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 oi.
I have this to say before we start. Shit-eating son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Cock.
Ass. Balls. Oh, wait, those are all the jokes in this movie.
No, they didn't say shit-eating son of a bitch.
No, but they said balls
That's,
and ass and cock.
E-I-E-I-O.
E-I-E-I-O.
It's from What About Bob, which is a funny movie.
E-I-E-I-O.
No, shit-eating son of a bitch.
Oh.
When he's talking about Tourette's syndrome.
Mm-hmm. Shit cabinets. Yeah, no, it was really stupid. Like, there's a reason that this flopped so badly. What did you say this cost? $60 million?
$62 million.
Outrageous amounts of money.
They spent a lot of money on computer-aided special effects that were unnecessary and didn't accelerate the plot, like with the third eyes and his computer head on his young body, on a young body and crap like that.
Right.
That wasn't funny, didn't work, and cost a bunch of money.
Not to mention everybody, they had to pay for their day rates.
A lot of those, yeah. Some of the guys, I mean, Gaffigan doesn't cost that much.
No.
And that's the thing. There's some of the funniest people on Earth are on this, in this movie, and I didn't even laugh. I don't think I've ever seen Jim Gaffigan and not laughed at him. I've never seen Stephen Colbert and not laughed at him. But I saw both of them in this movie, and I didn't laugh at them.
I didn't laugh one time in this movie.
Not once.
Not once at all. I was very particular on trying to laugh, and I just couldn't do it. It was just too bad. Jackie?
Oh, God. I would just like to apologize if you watched this one with us.
I don't think you have to.
In terms of a bad movie, this is as bad as they get.
Yeah, but this wasn't like a dicey call on your part. I mean, they're all dicey. In the spectrum of all of them are kind of dicey. I think that this was a good gamble on stinker level.
I thought the best person in this movie was Stephen Colbert. When he was on the drugs at the very end.
Did you laugh?
Yeah, when he was drawing the little penis thing, that was the only part I laughed at.
That was so stupid. That was one of the worst jokes in the whole movie.
I know, but that was the only time I laughed, was the Stephen Colbert on drugs at the end.
Well, let's take the joke count, which was probably like in the hundreds, times it by 3 Stinker Madness hosts, and you get 1 laugh out of 300 opportunities. Not good numbers.
No. Most of it was just, I felt like Mike Myers was trying too hard, and everybody else in this movie was disgruntledly pissed off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's
they were just sick of it.
Oh, absolutely sick of it. Like, God damn it, this is not what I signed up for. Nor is it going to do anything for my career at all. Like
even Justin Timberlake, who is usually very funny.
Yeah, this had to be very early in his acting career.
He just seemed like he was not having a good time. Like,
he did not want to be on screen. Yeah.
I'm just going to say my lines, get the fuck out of here. Like, I thought this was going to be fun, and this is just awful.
Mm-hmm. This is a terrible experience. I want to die. My soul is slowly dying. Can I go back to NSYNC,
whereas
please?
Jessica Alba looks like she looks in every movie. Sort of confused.
Yeah. Cross-eyed.
Like, okay.
When does the Fantastic Four get here? Well, first of all, you're part of the Fantastic Four. Second of all, this is not that movie. Oh my God! Shit's falling from the ceiling.
This movie is a catastrophe.
That's what needed to happen.
It's wrecking my house.
Oh my God! Somebody could have been killed during this broadcast.
Part of Stinker Studio 1 has come apart.
Yeah.
We're all okay.
The light fixture just fell out of the ceiling. Jesus.
We're all okay.
And to think that we were going to try to hang the microphone from that.
Safety first.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, this is a real bummer of a film. There's a reason why it flopped horrendously. Like, it just kind of wasn't my cup of tea when the previews came out for it, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad.
No, I was kind of done with it. The third Austin Powers I only got some chuckles out of, but I got some chuckles. The first Austin Powers, I laughed my ass off during that thing. But
I could say there were 2 parts that or 3 things that I enjoyed about this movie. The 9 to 5 song was kind of funny.
No, it wasn't.
But I loved the guard rooster was my favorite.
Huh.
The rooster that was on guard was my favorite. And then I liked the elephant. I thought he was really cool with all his crap on his head.
I will say this. It is an astounding feat to have two elephants fucking on a TV screen and me not to laugh at it.
Yes, absolutely.
They're right when they say that's like the most distracting thing or should be the funniest thing. That should be it. Like, that's the joke that you can't miss on, and they pulled it off.
Yeah. No, they...
Yeah, that part wasn't funny. I just liked the way the elephant looked.
The comedic...
He looked like an elephant?
Yeah, with some fancy headgear on.
There's...
It's like dressing up a monkey. You can't go wrong.
So many piss-poor jokes in this movie, but the major flaw with it is the comedic delivery of every single joke is atrociously bad. Like, real stupidly bad. Like, here, this may be funny, and we're gonna ruin it for you. Just like you're saying about the elephants humping, like, him constantly looking at the camera and making the stupid face. Like, oh, this is funny, right? No, it's not funny because you're fucking ruining it.
And there's something to be said for, and I think there's a lot to do with direction in comedies and the way that a film is paced and that, because I've written some things when I've done short films, and I've written some jokes that I think are as funny as any joke ever, but they don't hit as hard as, like, when you're watching, like, the Farrelly brothers can make a slightly above average joke just hit hard. Yes. And belly laugh.
Yes.
And it's really hard to make, even if the joke's funny, to make it hit hard to where you have a 90% chance of, or 90% of the people watching are going to belly laugh is very difficult.
Perfect example. Jeff Daniels getting his tongue stuck to the ski lift. You write that joke on paper, I don't even think that's an above average joke. I think it's a below average joke that only, like a 5-year-old would think is funny. But executed, every single human person on the planet laughs their ass off at that part of that movie because it's just well done.
Or the snowball. Lauren, what is her...
Well, people getting hit in the face with things is funny.
I know, but he throws a snowball and hits her in the face is how that's written. That's not that funny.
Oh, I think that's hilarious.
It's not, I'm going to laugh at this for 3 weeks funny if I see that written on a piece of paper. When I saw it in the movie, I laughed about it for 3 weeks.
True. Oh, okay. And let's do the Dumb and Dumber comparison again. Poop jokes. Poop jokes aplenty in this film. So many poop and jokes, fart jokes. And I thought that it was impossible to make farts not funny. I thought you couldn't do it. I thought that just farts were funny. That's just how the universe, that's Newton's fifth law, is that farts are funny. And
when he's making the
Einstein,
fart sounds in
this
the
is
cup,
not funny.
Is that what you're talking about when he's making the fart sounds in the cup?
Every single person, every time they deliver a line, flicking their boogers and
you know what I thought
funny.
was just really reaching as far as bad jokes in this movie was the stink mop.
Oh, the stink mop was really a reach. I agree with you.
I mean, like when the head guru pees in a bucket and then they dip their mops in there and they're fighting with the pee-pee mops. It's like, this is just, you're just reaching for it. This scene has no relevance.
To anything. At all. Even comparable humor. You can't relate to that joke at all. So therefore it's completely unfunny. Pee-pee mops? Really? That's what you got? That's what you're bringing. Pee-pee mops.
It was so stupid.
Oh,
God damn it. This movie should not have been made.
If I'm James Lipton, inside the actor's studio, and I have Ben Kingsley on, I introduce him as Ben Kingsley.
Academy
Award-winning Sir Ben Kingsley.
Sir, that is correct. Sir Ben Kingsley.
Academy Award-winning Sir Ben Kingsley. The next thing that comes out of my mouth is, tell me about the Love Guru. What were you thinking?
Yes.
You played Gandhi. How could you even... I know that sometimes a mediocre joke can be written on a page and you think it's going to hit hard because he was making it. Nothing he was involved with on a page, written script, doesn't look like a complete fucking disaster in the making. How he could agree to do that is beyond me.
I don't even... what were the jokes that were on paper? You're cross-eyed? You're cross-eyed.
And you pee in a spittoon, and then they use the pee from the spittoon to have a jousting mop fight with piss.
Show up and do this. I'm in. No. Fuck that.
Pour tea out of your nose. That's in there.
Oh, yeah. He poured tea out of his nose.
That was fucking stupid.
Hilarious.
Would have been better if he would not have been cross-eyed and, he would have just been a normal guru. would have made the movie just a little bit better, because then you would have been like, well, at least he didn't fuck up.
Well, that his character was actually trying to give good advice, and that the love guru, Kitka, whatever the hell his character's name is just a moron and screws up all that good advice. That's an alright joke. You're absolutely right.
Right, because
playing it straight would have been okay.
Yeah.
The best joke that they had for him was when he released the chastity belt at the end.
That's not even a good
There's just
joke.
a knob on the back.
Yeah, that's not a good joke.
But the joke was terrible because they built him up to be a fucking idiot.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it was just, he was such a joke that you were like, oh, like that even fell flat. Because, you know, you can't even, like, think, oh, he's a wise guru master. No. So that joke just hit the floor.
I pity every single person that was in this film. I pity them. What an awful, awful experience that must have been for every single person in that film.
Had I not seen Iron Man 3, I would have seen this and assumed that Ben Kingsley just can't be funny. If he thought that this was a good idea to do and that he's thinking he's being funny, I'm like, well, this guy's just a really good actor who's not funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen Iron Man 3, and he's pretty funny.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Terrible. Terrible. Like surgery. Like going to the dentist. Okay.
It's like playing a game of Operation with hot dog tongs.
The entire time I viewed this film, you ever get that feeling like where you eat something and it's not good and you just kind of get that small nauseous feeling? You can't even really say, I feel nauseous. I just want how I'm feeling right now to stop. I feel icky. I feel icky and I can't poop. I can't throw up. I can't do anything to cure it. I just have to sit here and feel icky for a little while.
Yeah.
This is how I felt the entire time. I just wanted it to end. I couldn't take another minute of it. And this is a complete abort. Absolute abort for the outside of the realm of doing a podcast about bad movies. Sitting down and viewing this movie, this is an abort within 5 minutes.
If it was on TBS or something and I was in my mom's house and had nothing else to do and there was nothing else on TV, I'd never seen it. Within the first 5 minutes, I would have been watching the WNBA.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
The WNBA is a much more pleasant experience than this.
Well,
I think that's a little setting the standards a little.
I actually just
high
threw
on
the
this one.
WNBA under the bus. They're much better at basketball than I am, and they shouldn't be graded against this shit.
We need to come up with something just barely more pleasurable than this. Like the dentist. I think the dentist.
I like going to the dentist.
So when it's about.
It's good as a UFC fight when you don't know what the hell's going on and they're just leaning up against each other.
I don't like UFC at all.
I don't even like it.
Pugilism?
Watch this.
Go screw that.
Yeah.
But I would totally do that over this.
Inside, this is the only thing on TV. Outside, it's 58 degrees. Mm-hmm. It's not freezing cold, but it's not warm. And it's windy enough that it's sort of like half frozen rain, raining sideways, but a sprinkle, like not pouring. I would stand in that.
And you have to dig a hole.
And you have to dig a hole. I would dig a hole in bad weather before watching this movie.
Yes.
Versus watching this movie.
That's a really good comparison. The next thing I had was getting into a 35-mile-an-hour head-on collision.
No.
It's like getting into the bathtub.
35-mile-an-hour is 70 miles an hour when two cars are involved.
It's
like getting
that's dead.
All right, how about like a really annoying fender bender at 5 o'clock traffic?
Getting rear-ended by a 15-year-old that just got their driver's license and having to deal with them for 30 minutes until the police show up.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and they're crying and they're apologizing.
And all they did was break your taillight.
Right, and they just want to maybe just forget about it, and you're like, no, you little fucker.
Better than this film.
Yeah. Or it's like for a lady, it's like getting into a bubble bath and you watch the steam come up and you leave and go make some chocolate tea or something and you come back and you got all these candles lit and you are ready to get into this bathtub and you get in there and your water heater is broken and that water is fucking cold and your whole experience is now fucked.
What if, okay, it's the experience is all planned, but then your sewer backs up and there's poop all over the bathroom floor mid-bath.
Like the toilet just starts like gurgling up?
Yep, everything's coming out. You got a real mess on your hands.
Oh, God.
Is that better than this film?
Well, at least it's exciting. Because an alligator might crawl out of there, so you'd be like...
And it's a funny story later, whereas this film is not.
No.
Right.
I would... So, if you had underwear that were too small, Because every once in a while, there's like I have like the laundry alarm is like I have 3 pairs of underwear that I don't like to wear, and when the first one gets on, it's like, well, it's time to do laundry, and so they're like really old. Now, if a pair of underwear that's a little too small rides a little high, right?
Uh-huh.
And if they're boxer shorts, so if the crotch was to rip out of those and it was a warm day, your balls would hang out of that hole. It would be like it was both sort of chafing and tugging on your balls while it's hot and you walk. I would rather intentionally put myself in that situation than watch this movie.
Yeah. The sad thing is I put myself into that situation all the damn time.
For like 5 years or whatever, like they have the old adage that men will never throw their underwear or socks away. I was like that until I was, I think, 28. And then I was like, you know what? This is stupid. This is fucking stupid. These socks have holes in them. They don't stay up. These underwear, I had one pair of underwear that they were basically a loincloth.
They would walk to you and put themselves on.
Yeah, no, it was like a loincloth because the sides were sort of torn out on there, and then the crotch broke all the way out, and then it was like almost a skirt, but almost a loincloth, and I would still wear them. And one time I went to a bar and got kind of screwed up and went home with this chick, and she still had sex with me after seeing that, but she made it a point to be like, you need to get rid of those.
Oh my god, embarrassment.
I wasn't embarrassed. I had like 2 pictures of Paps. I was like, what? It's still on, Robbie. This is going to stop you?
Oh, lovely. Lovely. So romantic. Almost as romantic as this film. So let's just get this over with. The movie starts out with Morgan Freeman voicing over the scene.
Low point.
We
should just say low point.
From a beach, on top of a beach. He's not in this film.
Him providing his voice for this is a low point in his career.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I bet he was like, dodged a bullet by not actually being in that movie.
Well, I don't know. Do you think that this is lower than him actually physically being in Dreamcatcher?
Yes.
I haven't seen Dreamcatcher.
Dreamcatcher I can at least laugh at.
Good point. All right, so there you go. So he
got paid a bunch of money for Dreamcatcher. He probably got like $5,000 and like a gift basket for saying 2 sentences in a recording studio, and then later on was like, I was involved with that piece of shit.
Well, it's not Morgan Freeman. It's just Mike Myers with his voiceover machine with a Morgan Freeman setting on it. Setting up... I don't even know what the hell he's talking about. Like, sometimes people need love, and sometimes they need a guy to tell them how to have love, and bleh. Our story sets out in India, and bleh.
Yeah, so he was...
already not funny.
His parents were missionaries that were killed.
Yeah.
And so the government didn't, ship his ass back into foster care in the States. They just, left his ass over there with the guru people.
I think he found the guru.
Found the guru and then decided
to
to stay there. Who knows? Apparently I was reading that was actually more inspirations and whims of Mike Myers was that when his parents died, he did actually go to a guru.
What kind of guru?
Well, I think that actual gurus are only Hindu.
I think you can be like a web guru.
I think that you can use that term that applies specifically to something and misapply it to another thing to then also apply that expertise level. But I think that if you're an actual guru, you're just a Hindu religious figurehead.
By definition. Whatever. Anyways, so he stays in India and becomes a guru by getting trained with these also love gurus. But that's the thing, is they're all love gurus. This whole chain of gurus are all just love gurus. That's all you have, is they're getting trained in love guruing. Well, he has to save this guy named Darren Roanoke from his career, who was a professional hockey player for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
They called him the Tiger, which was another joke that is almost offensive, but mostly just stupid, is that he's the Tiger Woods of hockey, and then it shows people in the projects playing hockey on the basketball court.
Yeah.
Which is...
Yeah.
Pretty not funny. So the reason he needs to save him is because his wife has left him for Justin Timberlake, or... Grande Cock Grande, whatever.
Yeah, Legrand, It's like, Grande Cock, but
Yeah.
it's like Le Grand Coq, who is actually the father of modern miming. That's who that character was named after.
Okay.
Nice.
More fun facts!
So-
I'm almost out of them, though.
The reason why he has to do this is because his wife has left him for Grande Cock, who has the world's largest penis, and now Darren Roanoke has no confidence in his hockey playing because his penis is too small compared to Grande Cock.
But what was stupid about this whole plot is that later, the Tiger Woods of
Darren Roanoke
is apologizing to his wife for leaving her because he thought that she would leave him, like preemptive striking.
Mm-hmm.
He left her because he didn't want her to leave him because he didn't win the World Cup or something.
Stanley's Cup,
Yeah, Stanley's Cup.
Yeah.
as they call it in this film.
So it's like not consistent at all.
No.
And
No.
Justin Timberlake has a tattoo that says the man with an arrow pointing up to his face, and then the legend with an arrow pointing down to his donger.
Yes.
And every time he lets his donger out,
It
you hear
hits the
this
floor.
thump.
Thumb.
Wherever he is. If he's
You know-
standing on the edge of an empty pool on the deep end, still hits the ground.
You know, they did that exact
got a-
same joke in another funny movie that's not funny, Basketball. But it worked in Basketball because you didn't see it coming when Matt Stone pulls out his wiener because he's just a dork the whole time and it hits the floor and it goes thump. It's kind of funny then. But this is just like, penis. Penis, penis, penis. Penis is funny. Ha 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 ha.
Which is regurgitated from when Mike Myers was on Saturday Night Live, and I think John Lovitz was the judge. Was it the Mike Tyson trial or something, where they, asked to see his penis? And then
No, it was Long Don Silver with the Clarence Thomas hearings.
Either way, it hits the table, and then you see, instead of just having the dot block out, it's, long and then, goes over the table and then off the edge, which, that was funny.
Sure. Well, then he gives us, after explaining all this to us, he starts out by singing your stupid 9 to 5 song that you like so much. It's not him singing. It's terrible singing.
He was him singing. It wasn't
Was
good.
it?
Yeah,
God,
he
it
does all
just
the
was
sing.
terrible.
Why wouldn't he? I mean, he would do this. He does this to lampoon his own talents. Why would it not be him singing?
He's a very pretty guru. His very beautiful hair and
I thought
eyelashes.
he had a ratty wig. I have the same wig. It also fell flat on Halloween one year.
Well, he's singing to the camera, and it's basically just a shitty music video for a remake of 9 to 5. And there's elephants and great and dancing ladies, and it's
very Bollywood.
It's very Bollywood, which is notoriously not funny. So
I think that I've seen some excerpts from some Bollywood films that had me laughing to the point of tears.
in their poorness, in their complete.
Well, the nativity, when
Ludicrous.
baby Jesus comes out of space and starts shooting rainbow lightning bolts out of his eyes, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's, but not intentionally.
No.
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe it is. Whatever. So, during his singing, he gets all sorts of zany business. There's a bunch of fart and dick jokes, and he gets flossed from his butt to his mouth.
nose.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, God, I hate it. I hate this movie so bad. Here's my... No, I'm going to save that for questions. Don't forget about your questions. We're going to have Q&A later, because I got some. There's Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. He's helped out with his love guru in this intro. It shows a picture of Photoshop, and he's in the picture with them. Which leads me to my one redeeming quality for this film, and it's actually just a diss on all these other films that we keep talking about. That was Photoshop work, and it looked okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
It did.
I didn't go, that's piss poor Photoshop. The rest of this movie is terrible. But at least they got that part right.
Say
How do
something-
you fuck it up if this movie got it right?
The only thing it does better than Left Behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Terrible. Well, then right after that, we get introduced to the Mariska Hargitay.
Mariska Hargitay.
Hargitay.
Mariska Hargitay.
Hargitay. That all goes
That
down.
goes down, and that goes down 23 times
23
over the
times
course of
that's
the film.
spoken in the film.
It's not spoken 23 times in the film. I counted every time you either, one, heard Mariska Hargitay, saw her face in a shot, which happened 3 times, or saw her name written down, which happened twice.
Yeah, that
So
shit
5
got old real quick.
of the 23 Mariska Hargitays were actual visual Mariska Hargitays.
Sure.
Which means that you're really beating it to death.
Here's my problem with this movie already is that joke was so stupid to me that I preferred Sabate Penne from Pootie Tang.
I prefer a
Pootie
lot
Tang
of things
to this
from
film.
Pootie Tang.
Shout out to my man Louis C.K. Pump it. Get your ass on the runny kind.
No, sign your pity on the runny kind.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's funnier. that got old real fast too, but it got old longer than Mariska Hargitay.
Yeah.
Ugh, God. So that's when we get introduced to Ben Kingsley in a flashback and how he starts getting to become the guru. And the first thing you see is it's Ben Kingsley and he's cross-eyed. Ha! And there's like one of those sounds in the background.
Was really, I thought, impossibly bad because I would have ordinarily been fixated on what a terrible fucking idea it is to digitally put an adult's head, slightly altered, onto a adolescent boy. But I didn't notice how terrible that was so much because of what they were making Ben Kingsley do and how much more terrible it was.
Yeah. And that looks pretty good actually in Captain America.
Yeah.
So it can be done.
It can be done.
It can be done well.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst feature about this film.
It was still a pretty bad feature because it did look pretty terrible. It looked pretty awful.
Well, they made him look like a ginger.
Yes, which I think he might be.
I don't know.
It was just weird.
Black hair.
Did anybody, like, even in the points where there wasn't overt offensive humor, were you just getting offended? Like, everything that is happening, like, that's offensive to me for children. Like, I feel bad for children. That's
everything.
Hey, don't do that. There's children in this world, and they probably take pain in seeing you being a child.
Even when Le Grande Coq says, "Would you like a Canadian pizza?" and it's Pop-Tarts with ketchup on it, you can make fun of the Canadians. He's Canadian. He should know how to make fun of Canadian. That is so not Canadian. Really?
Pop-Tart
That's the best you come up with? You're Canadian. You've been made fun of for it. Use something that's real.
Yeah, that was dumb.
You can always go to Bryan Adams. Always. Well, I guess they do pull the other Canadian joke, the Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Which is pretty overdone.
Did not appear in this film.
She did not appear in this film.
But she probably got paid royalties for the song.
Yeah. Well, now he's out giving a seminar, and apparently there's this other guy that he's competing against to be the number one love guru in the world. You never see this guy throughout the whole film.
DJ Chopra.
Yeah.
I wrote it down.
Whatever.
This is the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
It's okay.
Deepak Chopra, who's a real person.
Chopra. Well, he's competing against him, and he's giving a seminar, and everybody loves him, but he's not Deepak.
I got fucking tired of the acronyms during the seminars. By the second one, I was like, oh, this is going to keep happening, and I already hate it.
You know what I had a problem with as well? That was the number one priority, and the fart and dick jokes, as I've already mentioned, but also the pulling books out that had stupid titles. Oh, here's some advice. Read this book that I wrote that has a stupid title.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Why are you still hitting yourself?
The book.
The book. That's funny?
That's not funny.
It is not funny. At all. So, he's out there smoothing around with all these celebrity cameos. Val Kilmer's there. Jessica Simpson, he gives her a braingasm by sticking his hands on her head. And sending his love energies? I don't know.
Who knows?
Whatever.
It was weird.
And then Mariska Hargitay.
Val Kilmer was there.
Yeah, I said Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
This movie is so piss poor, you can't even pay attention to me talking about it.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm just having flashbacks, and it's so terrifying. As you're going through the plot, I'm like, oh my god, yeah, I remember when that happened. That was stupid.
Nightmares. We should have just read Weekly World News instead of watched this movie.
Yeah, that was actually funny. That when we were watching this movie, we were talking about the Junkyard Dog who had to eat a car to survive.
That's terrible setup for the listeners.
Yeah.
Why don't we set this one up a little better? There was a Weekly World News headline that read, Junkyard Dog eats car to survive. That was funny.
It was funny.
Than this film.
He prefers dashboards.
Yes.
Metal Mutt prefers dashboards
Metal Munching Mutt.
Metal Munching Mutt prefers dashboards to doggy chow.
Yeah. So then he gets a Bollyworld third eye daydream when he sees Jessica Alba for the first time, and goes into this whole Bollyworld sequence again. That's even more Bollywood because it's like 70s Bollywood.
Was that the first one where, like, he's in the
field?
That was the best part of this movie, and I didn't like it. But it was easily the best thing that they did was
I would imitate. Agree with you there.
They did a very good job with the film stock and everything, like, just really imitating a 70s Bollywood movie. That worked, but it didn't work enough for me to laugh at it.
No. If everything else had been funny, I would have appreciated it, but because everything else was so offensive and terrible, I also found it offensive and terrible. Just because of the context that it was in.
I don't think I was offended as much as I was just irritated.
Oh, I was just offended. Just, like, within 5 minutes, I just became permanently locked in offended state. I don't know if, like, I was morally offended or just intellectually offended. I think that's what it was. I was just offended. It was offensive to me. It was an insult. It was an offense on my person. An attack. Metaphorically and physically, because I was in physical pain.
How many times did we stop this movie? 3?
We had to stop it 3 times. 3
Something
breaks.
Like that.
3 breaks, yeah. So, anyways, he's all excited because he gets to go on Oprah, and that's also one of his daydreams, but Oprah does not appear in this film.
No, and I said keep an eye out for Oprah in the, because she was listed in the cameos. There's some stock footage of the show.
Her voice does not appear in this film. In the credits, there is a voice
actually, I thought
double.
That the voice double, wasn't there a phone conversation with the Dick Pants, the guy that took over for Jon Stewart for a while? What's his name?
You know, I can't remember.
He's in this movie as Dick Pants. That's his name.
Yeah,
that's such a funny name.
The British guy on
Dick
the Daily
Pants.
Show.
How do you write down Dick Pants and think, this is going to be funny?
In a hurry.
There's no way to... Like, I don't see anyone thinking that's funny. And when I watch the commentary on a movie that's also sort of not funny but has its moments, is Cannibal the Musical, Trey Parker and Matt Stone. During the commentary they say, we didn't have a word for it, and so I wrote down Spadoinkle in a blank, like one day I'll think of a better word for this before we start filming, and then sure enough, it's day 1 of filming, or the day that they're shooting it, and he just still doesn't have anything better, and so he just says, I think it's going to be a Spadoinkle day, and it works okay.
Right.
This Dick Pants?
You're saying that they wrote it down? And
no, I'm saying that writing down something to be filled in later would have worked better than Dick Pants.
Shit fist.
Steve Marmanuke.
Oh,
I'll replace that later. That's funnier.
There you go. So, yeah, she doesn't make a cameo. She has a voice double. I don't think you're right. I think that there was a phone conversation, but I don't think that there was a voice double, because she specifically says, we've got Sitka, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Which she would not have said. Otherwise, she would have appeared in this film. She didn't.
Guru Pitka.
Guru Pitka!
Whose name is Maurice?
Maurice?
Yeah, that's his name. He's a white guy named Maurice that gets trained to be a guru.
Oh, his actual
name in the movie is Maurice.
I was in so much pain I didn't even catch that. Maybe this movie is funny and I just wasn't paying attention.
That's not...
No.
Well, I was like thinking that when he does Space Cowboy at the end, which is annoying as fuck, that because his name as a character is actually Maurice, that they were going to play on that something they didn't. It was like, you had one you gave yourself one opportunity and you missed it? Yeah. Jesus.
Yes. Well, him and Roanoke go to Cock Grande's house to, I guess, deliver a note to his missus. A love note. Take me back.
And this is where they borrow the Firebird joke from Billy Madison, but then take it to a level that isn't funny by turning it into a cock Firebird.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if that's stealing the joke. I think it's just a Firebird. Anyways,
and this is where my favorite part of the movie is, the guard rooster.
He's got a security cack. Everything's cock at Grande Cack's house. He's got roosters everywhere. His pool's got a rooster painting in it. His car's got a rooster painting in it. His house has kind of got roosters everywhere. And there's a security rooster. That's funny?
Security rooster was funny.
I think that it may have been funny if it hadn't been so... If everything hadn't been so... Cock. Oh, cock is so funny. It's just so funny. You have to like it because it's so... I'm just throwing it in your face constantly.
The other thing that
penis, balls.
Make it funny is I already watched Austin Powers wrestle a tiny enemy 3 times. And the third time I saw him do it, it wasn't funny. This is the 4th time I've seen the same guy pull out the same tired joke.
True.
On top of a joke that doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
It is bullshit. It's just lazy. This is all I got.
Yeah.
This is my thing. I'm gonna stare at the camera and raise one eyebrow. This. God, I hate this film. So he delivers the note. Yay, it says take me back or whatever, but there's also like that, we get the Quebec pizza joke in there somehow, I don't know. I'm just going through these notes because this film is so...
The only funny thing I wrote down we already passed over the top of was that the love guru was hired to train Roanoke to be not afraid of giant penises.
Pretty much. Because he gets the shakes during his hockey games. I guess, if he can't play.
I don't know.
Okay, so we got the game of Stink Mop. It was called Stink Mop, the penis, or the PP. PP. God, how do you fuck this up?
Yeah. Okay, so what happens next is he goes to Roanoke.
No, I'm not talking about how did we fuck this up. I'm saying
No. I'm just saying what happens. I think what happens next is he goes to Roanoke and then makes fun of him in front of his friends.
No, he tells him about the drama method, and first is distraction.
He does the thing with making fun of him in front of his friends, because that was the most offensive joke I had.
I don't remember him making fun of his friends.
Yeah, he makes fun of him in front of his friends, and they all laugh, even though the jokes aren't funny.
Oh, because
and the first joke is...
These are your friends, and they let you dress like that?
Yes. And he was
yeah.
This is the joke that pissed me off the more. He's like...
The more?
Pissed me off the most was when... He rides up there to Roanoke on this elephant, and he says, if your Uncle Jack was on this elephant, would you help your Uncle Jack off? And I was offended. I don't think that's the only time I was ever offended. I was irritated by this movie. I was offended by that joke. It shook me to the very core, as that is a joke that has to be told perfectly, and you told it as badly as it could be told. It was an offense to comedy.
Yes.
You think the rest of this is just an irritation to comedy? That the whole movie isn't an offense to comedy?
That was, I think, the sort of, do you get life in prison or death sentence? This is the death sentence offense for me.
Fair enough. Okay, I'll grant you that. Yeah, so now it's the drama method. First step is distraction, and so he tells Roanoke that during the next hockey game, he can't fight anybody. Play your hockey game, but you can't fight anybody. So, and then he goes and picks a fight with the other team and says to beat the hell out of Roanoke. So Roanoke is just getting tossed around, but he's great at hockey. He's doing good. He's doing behind the back shots, and it's showtime, a la Magic Jackson.
Magic Jackson.
Magic Jackson's one of those things that you buy on the internet to plug your phone in, and you can call internationally.
I think this is called a Magic Jack.
Whatever. It was a
joke.
Was the Black Jack or something.
That's funnier than this movie.
Was the Magic Jackson the corset that Janet Jackson wore during the Super Bowl?
Heyo.
It disappeared. Huh?
Oh, fell flat.
It's funnier than this movie.
Hey, Justin Timberlake was in that joke too.
Heyo.
Whoa.
God damn it. And you didn't need to put cock in it. But he probably tried.
Oh, God.
Okay. So he's out there getting his butt kicked. The other team's tossing him around, kind of ragdoll style, and it's physical humor that doesn't work.
It doesn't work. And then also, like, it's hockey, you have to fight. There's a lot of forwards don't really fight people. I mean, you kind of, every once in a while, maybe, like, the least fighty person still gets in 3 fights or something, but hockey isn't really fighting. And it sort of gets on that level where every comedy movie that involves a sport just fucks up the sport completely.
Yeah.
Why do you have to have things that are not real? They're not funny. No. It's never funny, so why do you do it?
I don't know.
Like the cotton candy beard during this whole sequence.
Well, that's not, I don't think that's sports
I just mean, like, that Roanoke is doing things that you couldn't do, and, like, one of his trick shots is he, like, knocks it in the air and he hits it like a baseball, which is high sticking. It's against the rules of the sport.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why do you, like, these...
I think that's a good topic for Jackie's rant. Making sports movies not realistic at all.
At all.
Like, any of those football movies, the guys are, like, jumping over everybody, and that's just a great play. And, like, busting giant men off of them because they're so tough. And
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't work at all. And it's against the rules, some of the things that you're doing. I think that's a good topic for your rant, which I think we just covered, so now you don't need to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think we covered this. Yeah.
No, that is... I can't think of one good sports movie that doesn't do that.
That does
that is directly related to the sport, not like Brian's song that's not about the sport.
What
I was going to
about
give
that?
you an example. Necessary Roughness with Scott Bakula doesn't do over-the-top bullshit during the football games. What makes it funny is they're not good at fucking football, and it's showing football about how it's played. They're getting their ass kicked.
I thought The Blind Side was pretty...
That's
with
not
Sandra
a
Bullock.
comedy.
Also, yeah, but it's also not about football. It's about a black kid getting raised up off the streets and making something of himself. Football's barely in that film.
Oh.
And it's not a comedy.
And it's not a comedy.
Like, my problem with Blades of Glory was the stuff that they did with the figure skating that was a lot like what happens in figure skating was pretty funny, but then, like, the over-the-top shit was why I don't like that movie. Mm-hmm. Because it's not funny.
What about Slapshot with Newman?
Slapshot's fucking hilarious. They don't do any of that dumb shit.
I don't think they even play the game until the very end.
No, I thought it starts during a game.
Yeah, it does.
And, Major League, no stupendous acts of baseball. They're just playing baseball, and they're funny.
And they got a cardboard cutout lady that they can take clothes off with their each win.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that that's standard practice in baseball now after that movie. I think every team has one of those.
Has one of those?
Yeah. Just makes sense.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, why not?
Well, shit, the Boston Red Sox, they have a fucking party.
Like a boat party?
Yeah, Josh Beckett, they dealt him to the Dodgers a few years back, because when he wasn't pitching, which is one other thing that's like, if you're not pitching that day, what do you need to be doing? He was in these guys that didn't have to work that day, or if there was a doubleheader, and then once they got off, they'd go into the clubhouse inside the stadium, and they'd just get shit-faced and eat fried chicken, and that was like a huge problem. These guys are drinking beer and eating chicken. They're not at work that day. I mean, it's nice that they even showed up to, like, be, hey, guys, nice job out there.
I drink
Really?
beer and eat chicken when I'm at work.
Yeah.
That's terrible. So, okay, so I don't know where we're at in this movie. I think the drama method, he gets his butt kicked, and he's like, I can't do this. Yes, we're winning, but I can't get my ass kicked.
Then he
every day.
beats the fuck out of, or then he says, fight whoever you want for whatever reason, and he beats the shit out of LeGrand Cock and gets suspended for 2 games.
Yes.
Well, 3 games because he hit the little tiny coach with
Oh, yeah, he slap shots Vern
a
Troyer.
puck.
Coach Cherkoff.
Ugh.
Which, okay,
2 jack-off jokes.
speaking of Coach Cherkoff, I am almost going to laugh at this film. And they, again, milked the midget jokes, the little person joke, which I understand a lot of things do. Most people
Austin
find
Powers, too.
little people funny, I guess. I mean,
He does.
He definitely does. But he almost got me with Coach Kirchhoff's tiny office. Almost got me. The miniature, everything's tiny and
Which-
they can't fit in the room.
I would have been... I believe that, because this is 2008 or something like that, 2003 was being John Malkovich, the 9.5 floor or something that's the same thing. A little, that loses impact because it had already been done, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't supposed to be so much funny as weird in that movie, but, like, it was almost there. I guess you're right. The Little Office was almost there.
Almost funny, not quite funny. That I probably was the least pissed off during that 4-second thing before they started talking, and I started getting pissed off again. Because they're in there having a meeting about what we're going to do because he's now suspended. How are they going to win without? How do they win without him? I don't know. But they keep playing without him. And again, Coach Kirchhoff, Vern Troyer does some more getting beat up jokes by grown ass people. I don't know if that's funny because let's face it, like we complained about the Leprechaun and that nobody just kicked the Leprechaun. I wasn't recommending that they should kick the Leprechaun because it's funny. I was recommending that they should kick the Leprechaun
Because
as
it
a
would
battle
work.
strategy.
Yes. No, it takes forever, and then finally somebody's like, here's a mag light, and just fucking beams the shit out of him with it. I was like, hey, that worked pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't laugh at it.
And I was like, that was successful.
That's what you should do.
Yeah.
You don't like the Leprechaun, just kick him.
You're gonna
Just
take
punt him.
You're gonna take a few.
Yeah.
It's like if you're getting attacked by a 17-pound dog. It's gonna get a few on you, but if you just hunker down and do it, you're gonna be able to beat the shit out of it. Or any like small animal, you might in terms of life or death, you're not going to die and you're going to win. But you might, lose a finger or something like that.
Especially if it's a monkey.
If it's a raccoon, you're going to lose an eye.
Well, if
you might get
monkey,
rabies and die.
You're going to get bit by it, and then you're going to turn into a zombie.
The small animal that you shouldn't fight is a raccoon.
Yeah.
That's the battle
or Wolverine.
Wolverines are kind of, I think they weigh like...
Or a honey badger. They don't give a fuck.
Badgers of any kind, stay away from.
Yeah.
We should just...
Actually, if
episode.
you're not...
Let's stop talking about the movie and just talk about those cool honey badgers don't give a fuck videos. Those things are
Honey badgers
awesome.
don't care. Yeah, well, and it's funny because there's so many honey badgers that play football, and every time I think, like, oh, the honey badger, I'm like, laughing whenever they introduce
I get that. Like, when Tyrann Mathieu was at the LSU and everybody, it became a thing. Like, it's the honey badger. Like, does anybody watch the video? The honey badger doesn't give a fuck. Do you even know what you're saying on national television?
Yeah.
What everybody's thinking right now. All right. So he goes back, takes his... I'm going to skip some stuff here. We're just going to go through these notes pretty fast. He goes back to see his mom for part of his regression because he's got a problem with his mom and she can't go to the hockey
That's the
game.
problem, is the mom.
Yeah. So then they go to the bar. They have a bar fight because Tosh.0 and Jim Gaffigan show up and start shit for I don't know what reason. But Mike Myers is farting in a cup as...
That's when the ball gazer joke shows up.
Oh, yeah,
ball gazer. I got that one written down. Ball gazer joke falls flat.
Yeah,
and then there was
flat. If ball gazing fell flat when you were a child because it was like, no, I don't. Seriously, don't punch me again. I'm gonna look at your ball gazing thing. I just stop punching me. Stop doing that. Stop punching me. No, seriously. Yeah. I can't even do the ball gazer to anybody because I hate the ball gazer so much.
The other one, there's another joke in the bar that I don't get.
Oh?
He said something like, Dickie Withers at 85. What does that mean?
I don't know.
That one fell flat on me, too.
Well, I don't even know.
It fell flat. I didn't even... Flat, you would have even got it. I didn't even fucking get it.
Yeah. I don't know. But then we get to our second music scene, or maybe it's our third.
Who knows? Is this not Celine Dion?
But this is an achievement in how sucky this movie is. It is possible to make More Than Words by Extreme worse than More Than Words by Extreme. I did not know that could be done. That is an achievement in suck. Because their rendition of them being all glow or like staring longingly in each other's eyes, the two, Mike Myers and his assistant, on a sitar and a guitar, and just sit there. It's not even funny. It's not funny. You're just doing a song. You're just singing a song while playing a sitar and wearing a stupid outfit. That's not funny.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. Ah! And then, and Jessica Alba's there now.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she walks in during the song.
And she's like, oh, this is so nice.
This is what led up to what would have been the death sentence joke. I don't know if it was a death sentence, but like the thing I hate almost as much as the jack off the elephant was...
Say it. I know what you're
the
going to say.
ball cooking.
Nuts in a sling.
Oh, my God.
Yep. Oh, more dick and penis jokes. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, nuts in a sling. Haha. Would you want to smash them? You want your nuts smashed? you want stinky nuts or whatever? I don't know. God, we saw it with the NPR salty balls joke. We've done it. We've done it. We've seen it. We're good. Move on. No more. God damn it. Well, then we get to Celine Dion not showing up in this movie because he uses her as a distraction because Justin Timberlake's character loves her because he's from Canada.
Okay.
This is when I get to the point where I'm just taking notes trying to keep pace of this movie. I'm not even writing down jokes that piss me off anymore.
I have quit writing stuff down at this point.
Okay, well, we're doing good on time.
Wrote 4 more things down.
So let's just cut through this. They take a shortcut on drama. They skip over a bunch of the steps, which you're not supposed to do. But it looks like he's going to be awesome, and they start winning hockey games, and he's so good at hockey.
He gets back together with his girlfriend.
He's got the confidence.
Everything's okay. And then game 5,
but then his mom shows
7,
up.
She shows up to sing the national anthem.
Yeah, now he can't play again.
Yeah. Which, during that point, this movie had done something, I think, because there was a Sticky Bun or a Cinnabon product placement. I think that they were ahead of the curve. They were ahead of the craze on this. Because the Cinnabon over the last 2 years has been a sort of a thing.
Cinnabon over the last 2 years?
Yeah.
I think you're behind the curve.
Yeah,
Well,
I think you are, because Cinnabon has been something for a while.
Yeah, and I don't even think it's a thing anymore. I think everybody cares about the
I just
donuts
watched
that are
an
croissants.
episode of Louis where he did the thing of Cinnabon thing.
Like from 3 seasons ago.
This is like 2008. I think that's the front of the Cinnabon craze.
I think it's on the. I think this is
I think
like
it's on the front of the Cinnabon
is
thing.
just a thing. I think it's just a thing. I think you're giving this movie too much credit.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like they had anything like Good Thinking did that. They got paid some money and there's some Cinnabon.
Oh, you mean Cinnabon was
It was
ahead
a
of the
product
curve.
placement.
So
Like this-
Cinnabon should get the trophy for being ahead of the curve, or Mike Myers should be for okaying Cinnabon?
No, I'm not saying anybody
taking
gets
money.
any credit for anything. I'm just saying that had I seen this in 2008, it would have been the first time I knew anything about Cinnabon.
I award you 0 points,
Ah!
and may God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah, dude, you're...
Okay.
Well, after some more wacky
Can I
hijinks-
have some trivia from the category "My Wife, the Cheating Slut"?
I don't get it.
It's Billy
Billy
Madison.
Madison.
Oh.
I'm thinking about Billy Madison. I talked about Billy Madison earlier. I'm thinking about it so that I don't have to think about this movie because Billy Madison is funny.
Yeah. So he, after some more wacky hijinks and Fern Troyer getting beat up some more, he gets him to play. He's now able to play with his mom there. I don't even care
Gets
how
his
it
mom
happens.
to fuck, like, tell his mom to fuck off. or
Yeah, well, then Grande walks up to him and says, damn, because that was something between him and his wife that, like, oh, damn, that was so good, Roanoke, or, like, I love you so much, Roanoke, but then she
Yeah.
does it to Grande because, damn, his penis is huge. So he throws that in his face, and now he can't play again, he's getting the shakes, and that's when Mike Myers brings out the elephant humping, and it sucks. Sucks, so not funny. God damn, what? Elephants humping is not funny? Huh.
Huh.
Well, they win. He gets the penalty shot. They win, yay. Then Love Guru gets his belt knocked off so he can bone Jessica Alba, and then he gives us the final
Bollywood
voiceover
ending.
with Morgan Freeman, and then the Bollywood ending. Yay, movie's over, credits. And then I swear to God, this is the most offensive part of this film, is the outtake. The one outtake from this film was scripted. I promise you.
Oh, yeah.
that
Well, that's why there was
Troyer
only one,
joke
right?
was scripted.
Well, that's why there's only one, right?
Angry.
Oh, yeah.
Angry.
Why
that
are
he
the-
tried to pull the wool.
Oh,
that
well, here's
you
the
think
other
we're
thing.
That stupid, you asshole.
The other thing is, there's butts in the shot. The shot was so poorly framed around Vern Troyer because they were including the butts.
Yes, that's the only, like, that's the dead giveaway. Why would that shot even exist unless you're setting it up for Vern Troyer to be like, well, now you know how I feel.
And then he has the look on his face like, I had told that joke.
God.
Is this shot over with yet? How long do I have to play this fake joke out?
Asshole. How dumb do you think we are as human beings? That's why I'm offended, because it's an insult to every person's intelligence.
I think it's an affront to comedy.
It isn't a serious affront to comedy. This is... Oh, I hate this movie. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Do I hate it more than A Star is Born? That is the ultimate question. I don't
know.
Yes.
know. I really
Barbara
don't know.
Streisand is sort of like the heart
The
of
go-to
darkness.
for hate?
She's like the seed of pure evil, so I don't know.
Man, it's a tough call.
I'd rather watch A Star is Born.
I know you would, because you have
Somehow
terrible
liked
taste in
that
films
movie.
for some reason. Star is Born is 3 hours.
Oh, that's really damning. Oh God, yeah. No, I'm thankfully I'm never gonna have to watch either again. But I think if you posed me, and I can't go out and dig a hole in the bad weather with my balls getting tugged on by my underwear. I can't do any of the other things. The only two things I can do are A Star is Born again or this again. I'm gonna go with this again because it's shorter.
Yeah, less time. Absolutely. And just as angry. Just as angry and just as terrible. Yeah. So, recommends? No, I'm just kidding.
No,
So, questions and answers. You guys got anything for me?
Yes. What was so goddamn funny about the cotton candy beard? Like, he's eating cotton candy. It's like he had a mustache of cotton candy, and then it was like his whole beard, and then he had eyebrows made of cotton candy, so he kind of looked like an Oompa Loompa. and then he didn't have that stuff, and then he's just eating it. Like, why is that funny?
I don't know. I don't know how you even, like you're saying that it gets written into the script. I don't even know where you come, like how that creeps in your brain that this is going to be funny. That at any point, that the humor side of your brain goes, he's just going to suddenly have a cotton candy beard.
which is the other thing.
But it's not even a cotton candy beard like cotton candy got stuck in his beard. It's a beard made of cotton candy.
Yeah, it replaces his other fake beard.
Including his eyebrows. And his curly mustache.
But was it supposed to be like funny, like the moving mole in that one movie where they're like, Molly, Molly, Molly,
yeah,
Molly?
That's Austin Powers.
Right, where the mole keeps moving around
Right.
the guy's face. Was it supposed to be like that, where you were just supposed to be
I don't think so.
And now the beard is here!
I think it's exactly what you think it is. I think that it was supposed to be funny as in like, look, it's a silly beard made of cotton candy. It's silly. It's a silly beard.
Oh, okay.
He's got cotton candy beard. Oh, that's funny. No, it's not funny.
It was fucking stupid.
No, you're absolutely right. That is fucking stupid. Sam.
I had a hard time coming up with a question. But do you think Mariska Hargitay thought that the Mariska Hargitay joke was funny?
Put yourself in her shoes. That's what I would say. If you were in this film and the joke was your name over and over and over and over again, would you find it funny or even complimentary? I
would think it would be complimentary, and then you would have to chuckle because it's like, all right, that's an inside joke between me and you now. But to put it in a film, it would be kind of egotistical.
No. The only scenario is the film.
Oh.
If this was you in this film, would you think that that was funny?
I guess. Because I'm an egomaniac.
That's just more complimentary than
Well, see,
funny.
yeah, I would show up because, you know...
Money,
and
right.
They like me enough to use me as a joke, but at the same time, I don't know... The context of the joke is everything.
Mm-hmm.
So if that was me, I wouldn't think it was funny.
I think I would
because I didn't think that any of it was funny.
I would find it just as funny as I found it. I would show up and get the money.
Mm-hmm.
I would not watch it.
Well, that's why I was wondering, like, how long it is.
I would abort. I wouldn't even get to the scene where, like, I'm in it. I would just abort. Like, nope.
The only thing besides SVU that I've ever seen her in was this movie. So,
yeah. Well,
I mean, and how long did SVU
more
been
than
on
I've been
in 2008? I mean, it could have. This could be
still
early
on.
in her. Is it?
Yeah.
No.
All right, I've got some questions. Is love guruing only for celebrities? At no point does any non-celebrity ever get helped by a love guru.
It's
Well, they go
for
to the
anyone
seminar.
who has enough.
They're all celebrities.
No, those are the only celebrities in the VIP room.
Oh, yeah, but they're at a seminar. That's not... You don't hire him to save your marriage. He saves Tom and Katie's marriage and somebody else's that's famous and obviously...
Brangelina.
Yeah, Brangelina.
They went to Deepak Chopra.
Yeah, right. So it's only celebrities that hire love gurus.
Is that anyone who has enough money to pay the exorbitant fee, which a lot of people that have that much money are celebrities.
Okay. All right. That's a good argument. I'll grant him that. Okay, question number 2. Would a 10-year-old boy like this film? Is this funny to a 10-year-old boy?
Yes.
No. I think a lot of the jokes are lost on him.
If the 10... Oh.
Go ahead.
I think a lot of the jokes are lost on a 10-year-old.
Like penis, dick, fart, penis, dick, fart,
Like-
dick, penis, fart. Those are the only jokes is dick, penis, fart.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If the 10-year-old hadn't been already overexposed, if he hadn't seen any of the Austin Power movies...
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he hadn't really, like, if it's a 10-year-old that doesn't get to watch a lot of bad TV, he goes over to his friend's Timmy's house. Timmy's parents are a little loose. They're footloose and fancy-free. Let their kids watch this shit.
Or they're out of town and they get in the liquor cabinet.
I think if they're out of town, they're probably putting in Anal Sleigh Ride 3 and not this thing.
I have seen that.
I don't know how they got the sled to work on the concrete, but the rest of it seemed plausible.
Yeah, I mean...
KY, Sam, KY.
I'm thinking, honestly, when I was watching this movie, if I was really, really high on the marijuana...
No, it would... Nope.
I think I probably would have laughed.
Nope.
A little bit more than I did.
I would have still aborted, and I would have just said, everything I am saying is funnier than this movie.
Because I think that the first Harold and Kumar I watched and went, you know, if I still smoked weed, this would be kind of funny. But this one, no. Mm-mm. I think stoned, I would have lost focus and started like drawing a picture or something.
Yeah, I would have totally tuned out, zoned out. I wouldn't have I wouldn't have laughed one time at this movie because I would have been doing something else.
You know, I will say...
That is a waste of marijuana.
That the one and only movie I've ever seen high was...
The Ten Commandments?
No. The one
amazing.
with...
Reefer Madness?
No. The one with... oh, God. Billy Madison's character. Adam Sandler.
Waterboy.
Waterboy. And, you know, I watched that movie when I was high... And I laughed my fucking ass off when Colonel Sanders got hit in the head with a baseball. And
which I actually don't think is funny.
No.
Then, when I watched it when I was not high, when it came out on video, I'm like, this is the stupidest fucking movie in the world.
Yeah. That's usually how it works, Jackie, but I think that this is still an abort.
Really?
Yeah. This wouldn't even be funny.
It's a waste. It's a waste of enjoyment. You're wasting your weed, man.
Well, I don't know. I don't smoke anymore. I'm old.
Yeah. Well, on that note, get to the chopper.